Okay, so everything seems to be working. Oh, hello and welcome to the stream, Julia. Oh, you have to do homework. That's a shame. What are you doing? You need some help, maybe? We can only help with rocket science, right? So, by the way, my fellow friends, this will be probably the last stream for quite some time. Or maybe not, I don't know. We will see. So, let's jump into our save. Come on, there we go. Okay, brilliant. So let's think a bit. What are we going to do today? Um. Are there any suggestions from you guys, by the way, before we're going to start doing anything? I open for suggestions. Anything you would want me to do? Now's the time to write it down in the comments or in the stream chat. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. I would have an idea, actually. Nah, that seems reasonable. Okay, now I'm just in the Discord server quickly. Okay, that might actually work out. Wait. Why is there like one 18-second video on my channel right? Wait, is the stream offline? No, it isn't. That's so weird. Whatever. Okay, anyways, we're just going to continue doing things and not going to pay attention to that. So I think what we could do today is constructing a surface presence and a shuttle to Lathe, since in the previous KSP video, if you guys haven't seen it, go and have a look at it. We went to Lathe, Copenhagen, and we've built a nice space station around Lathe. There you go, Joule, 200 days. It's time for an epileptic seizure here. Look at that. Okay, so going to Lathe, building some surface base and some shuttle. That's what would like to add to that. So some sort of SSTO, well, Lathe SSTO that can go up to the space station and back down to the base surface presence. Something along these lines. And the question is, what kind of the size of the base? That's like the main question. So let's jump into the SPH to have a look at what we're going to build exactly there. Okay, some sort of well, or should we go to the VAB makes probably more sense. So I think we're going to start with the rather obvious choice of surface bases, and that being the cupola module, just because of the pretty view that it provides us. Going for one probe core for to have some probe control. And where's the landing cam? There you go, lander cam. Because why not, having a lander cam is always a nice thing. Brilliant, perfect, awesome, great. Next up, I think we can go with one hitchhiker. And now things become more difficult as choices. Maybe one processing lab as well, like the standard tower construction, but I don't really want to go for one tower construction, like, at least in that size. Let's just get rid of the hitchhiker. One surface processing lab thingy. You've seen the thingy episode from, how's it called, Factorio Golf. I've been saying thingies all the time. That's so hilarious. You're not symmetry. Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, we could as well, instead of this connector thingy, there we go again, thingy. Yay! How to be brain dead, I guess. One could call this stream as well. Use this one, but then we have as well already one of the fuel tanks for landing checked. Okay, we do need one of these at the very least. So the idea is there we go. Bam. Well, it's not quite bam, but you get the meaning. Something like this. Somehow like that. And now maybe this. This way it looks kind of like an entrance. And if we add now land, if we add now one lander can here, it won't look too suspicious in terms of clipping. Like this. So with that we have a nice, let's call it airlock on Kerbal ground level, and the remainder or the upper portion of this we can use for I don't know, we could go with 4 antennas. I mean, like, that seems very scientific. Or does it? Maybe on the edge to make them look like a bit pointing out. That seems reasonable. Then you can go with these ones on the crew hatch thingy. There you go, with thingy again. Brilliant. Can have like 2 of these, and I don't know, maybe one of Mystery Ghost on top, and have some of the other regular small science equipment here, some sort of doorway, kind of as a keypad that you have to fill like put in your keyword. Something like that, maybe. Who knows? It's a Kerbal contraption, so really, who knows? Yeah. Something like that. I mean, that seems reasonable. What, however, does not look reasonable is this contraption. So we have in the center there one attachment. So, boof. There we go. Now we have here a reasonable. Actually, you can really go to heaviest part. That seems reasonable. Well, you go like that, and the good old regular struts. There you go. This seems actually reasonable. Yeah. If we now add some thrusters in the center, bam, there we go. And give me please lathe. It don't have enough thrust to weight ratio. Why am I not surprised? You know what, let's just leave it in there. That's fine by me. It's the main deceleration and landing. On lathe will be done with parachutes anyways. Something like that seems reasonable. I mean, we get 4 parachutes and 8, and let's give you another set. That seems reasonable. I think that's really it. We don't need anything else, do we? I mean, this one we'll try this one out right now, testing it out, and you have the landing thing. That's good. And then for the future, we'll just be able to use like one small docking port, decoupler down here, and shoot this entire contraption up with who cares what, frankly speaking. Like this, then we can go for a 5-meter fairing. That's even though that's a bit too big, even like that. Wow. Massive fairing. But whatever. Time for some struts to secure our payload here. Brilliant, awesome, great. Wait, yeah, right, of course, some power plants. We could go for RTGs, but let's go for 4 solar panels. I hope that's enough. I mean, that probably will be enough. Yeah, that should be enough. That should be good. Good. Don't have any landing gear. Do we want to use landing gear as landing gear? I mean, that's the question. We could go, of course, and do that, but is that really beneficial to us? Like, well, this one is definitely not beneficial. There we go. Let's try this one out anyways. With the way we have it right now, it seems reasonable to test it out. We can just be like That seems reasonable. No, not at all. Just testing it out, and then we can launch it. And then we can, well, not launch it, but just... The question is, do we want to build some sort of... some sort of... transfer colony ship type of vehicle? That looks ridiculous. Boy. Oh, bug. Brilliant. Anyways, it doesn't matter even if it is bugged. For what I want to test. That thing goes up. That's kind of good enough. Can shut down the engine. Wait until we are at a stop. Well, okay, that's pretty much the closest we'll get to. Getting rid of that, getting rid of this, and it is plummeting down. Oh no! And it's picking up speed. Oh no! Time to deploy parachutes. Let's deactivate SAS as well. Well, that seems reasonable. I mean, it is balanced. It is falling down at a reasonable kind of not a deadly speed. And now the pieces of the fairing. I mean, I think that's something SpaceX should be doing. Blowing up their fairing into tiny little pieces, and then the tiny little pieces don't even explode on touchdown. Totally. That's perfect. And the engines worked as well, perfect. Now you're not working EVA. Okay, we cannot reasonably zoom in, that's a shame. That looks so ridiculous. Just zoom. The bin. So the only thing we have to try out is whether the lander cans are good. Come on, you can run, Kagun Kerman. Can you grab it? Yes, you can. Brilliant. You can board it, and you're empty because you're inside of this. Okay, perfect. Check. Success! Okay, brilliant, perfect, awesome, great! Now you can use, well, build a real transfer stage. Well, just a real everything. Oh wait, there's actually something I totally forgot. That was so... That's so stupid of me. We need a... There we go. Heat shield. That 10-meter heat shield is not big enough. Oh, great. Awesome. Perfect. No, not at all. What we're going to do? Well, that's a good question, you might think. But the answer is a lot more simple than you think it is. You just take this and then you make like copy paste like that and just control Z, and then we just take off this heat shield, and now we have heat shields that are going to explode, but that's not our issue. No, it is. No, not really, I think. So we just have to make sure that these guys fly away. That's like you and you are all in the same category. Thank you. Let's rather get them burning in the inside. Okay, that seems reasonable. Brilliant, awesome, great, perfect. And that looks so ridiculous, this spike thing here. Speaking of spiky thing, let's go for like this and then like that as well. So with that we have the heat issue, like the re-entry problem solved. Now you can just be like protective. Come on, thank you. And pointy. Wait, it's not close. There we go, pointy. Brilliant. Now you're just going to smack in a bunch of, I have no clue what, but we're going to do that. That's going to be a bunch of engine plates. Nah. Do we even have like huge engine plates? Yes, we do. Let's just go with 4. And okay, great, that's enough. We could at least fit, we could actually fit in one of these. Great, okay, cool. In vacuum, please. You're going to be deployed earlier, so you've got 2,000 meters of delta V, and that's brilliant. There's just one issue. You've got even more delta V, perfect. I'm going to go with that and autostrad. Thank you, autostrad. You go for autostrad. This autostrad. Very good. Very good. And you be autostrad as well. Perfect. Autostrad, your best friend. It used to be just struts, but now we're making progress. It's autostrads. Kind of like that. That looks weird, but nah. No problem, no issue whatsoever, right? Okay, we've got 2,000. I just have to launch this entire contraption into orbit and then everything's good. What's the easiest way to launch that kind of contraption into orbit? Well, you take some Curbidine F1s. And then you take another 4 space shuttle engines, put them into the same action group, and you're ready to go. I mean, it's like literally a bit of an overkill, I think. That could be worse, right? Since well, yeah, we're going to add 2 boosters. 4 boosters, you know. Boosters are nice. Boosters! You can never have enough boosters. I mean, boosters are just boosters. Because boosters are cool. Try convincing me of something else. And go! Okay, you see? You can't convince me that boosters are not good. And no, There we go. You go for this. And you go for that. Brilliant. Now we go for some mammoth engines because, well, why not? And then some tiny winglets, and then some good old thrust struts because, well, even if auto strut is great, the real struts are still awesome. Okay, brilliant. Getting some Separatrons. Whoa. Place attach. There we go, brilliant. And 4 boosters. You go into this one and you can go down. Oh, that's great. I think we will barely make it. I mean, like, this is one thing, and then the shuttle thingy will be the second thing. I think. Yes. I'm really not sure whether we'll have enough fuel. I mean, this booster, they should get us into orbit so that we will have all of the 2,000 units. I mean, we need just about 2,000. You know, let's just take out the monoprop out of that, since we won't be needing that, even though that's not a big difference at all. We could add, you know what, let's add just some small fuel tanks. Definition of small. Small fuel tanks like this, and now we should be good to go. Okay, brilliant. We thought we have a lathe base ready for launch. Where are the launch clamps? Give me launch clamps. There we go. Brilliant. Let's get it down. We need 3 Kerbals. Okay, 1, 2, 3 Kerbals. I think just 3 is a good thing, you know. 1. Let's give him another engineer and another scientist. There we go. So we have the scientist in the processing lab, and in the lander can we have engineers. That seems reasonable, perfect, great, awesome. And with that we can go to the launch pad. There we go. Yeah, launch pad. That was now rather fast. Sadly, we don't have that many viewers. That's a shame. Very good during those long loading screens. You can check out the channel page, the stream, but there is not really anything happening there. Let's launch and see whether there is anything wrong with you, apart from your. Well, it's not that ludicrous actually. Thrust weight ratio, but we'll see. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and lift. Okay, well, definitely ludicrous. And we're taking off into the sky. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. By the way, in theory, we could actually have the MagJeb autopilot do that. We could do that, but then he would just burn through everything with 100% thrust, and that's less efficient compared to not burning 100% thrust. But I just love the looks of those, like those side pieces are usually an entire rocket, or the core stage of an entire rocket, but now it's just a side booster. And I tipped over too early. Whatever. Let's just continue on. That's everything we want to do now. Anyways. Now you can return more or less to our speed marker at the 10,000 kilometers, 10,000 meter mark. And we're approaching booster separation. Let's go and get into a nice view. And there they go. Bam. I always love to do that. Having the boosters separate and fall into my face. Let's have a look at the orbitals. Shouldn't be pointing that flat yet. We still need to gain some altitude. We're not an SSTO. Yeah, that's good as well. I really haven't used MagJab at all, even though it's such a great mod. I'm really usually going for totally vanilla. Well, it is actually, apart from visuals and MagJab, it is vanilla. Well, visuals and the MagJab. I'm not using the MagJab part or anything, and I'm flying myself, so might as well not have MagJab here at all. Now I totally overdid it again. That's so typical for me. Let's just wait until we're just at 80 kilometers, and that'd be good. Okay, brilliant. Now time warp. And let's deploy this one. Deploy the fairing. Getting rid of excess mass, increasing our delta V. This one will bring us into orbit. Brilliant. Safe. Okay, cool. Circularization. Reduce the speed thingy. And there we go. Almost 100 meters per second. Do we want to get, you know what, give me those 100 meters per second. We don't really need those 100 meters per second, so let's just ditch this stage into the atmosphere and then decouple the other, like decouple it so that it falls down and burns up. Going to waste a bit of delta V, but I think we will have enough with 3000, so that's good. There we go, 22, that's good enough. Goodbye. Our 4 wolfhounds are working. Whoa, we can see. Oh, there's Jewel. Brilliant. Thank you, distant object. That's just awesome. So that's where we are going. Pretty much. Let's see. Periapsis. 60 kilometers. 70. Good. That's a stable orbit. Brilliant. So now we can leave the base here in space. Leave the base in space. for the time being, now we can go into the construction of the shuttlecraft. And do I have still some juice? Yes, I have. Okay, then I'm going to take another sip of juice. Okay, brilliant. So, jumping into the design of the shuttlecraft, the idea of it, like I mentioned in the very, very beginning, is we have to build an SSTO, well, a lathe SSTO. It doesn't have to go from here all the way to lathe and back. It has to go to lathe and up and down from there. So that's pretty much it. And of course, it needs the capabilities to dock to our already existing space station around lathe. And just as a reminder for myself, I'm going to quickly have a look at the picture just to check whether my memory is still working properly or if it is no longer useful. And yes, it is. So we have regular docking ports, 2 of them actually, so that's brilliant. So we're going to dock to the 2 regular docking ports that we have on the lathe space station at the top and bottom, or left and right. It depends the way you're orienting yourself. Okay, so the biggest question in that case is, will we go with a Mark II fuselage setup, or will we go with a Mark I fuselage setup? Kind of that's the main question, since depending on that, the cargo capacity will be 4 Kerbals or 2 Kerbals. Going with 2 Kerbals, we always going to do kind of a little bit easier, and of course aerodynamically it would make more sense in terms of drag, because these guys and fuel and weight and everything, you know, let's have a look. 400 units of fuel, 2¼ tons. If we now go for this one, there you go. 400 units of fuel Mark II, exactly same amount. However, we have 40 kilograms more. And you're as well actually working as a lifting body. Very interesting. But yeah, so that's actually more a design choice, even though you do get some slightly worse returns in terms of mass ratio if we go with the Mark II fuselage contraption. However, as you probably have guessed already, Mark IIs just look a lot better. They're just sleeker. But yeah. So let's think this through. We definitely need some liquid fuel, so we go with 1 liquid fuel thing here. And I don't want to go overboard in length, so that just seems to be a bit too small. I mean, let's revamp this one again. Once again, the goal of that craft is to go from lathe to lathe orbit, and that's it. So we don't even need nuclear engines. We can just go for a regular, good old small easy Rapier powered SSTO and be done with it. That's like pretty good option actually. If we just make it like that, give it some ease of docking. Give him some ease of docking RCF thrusters, and then we're happy to go. Give them some canards. I mean, that looks really sleek. If we now move the... Man, then give me LFO, there we go. If we move the fuselage a tiny bit further back, including the wings of course, and that's I guess a given. If we take the wings here, and no, these ones are too small. You big? Yes, you're a big one. Okay, brilliant. There we go. Now we've got some decent decent center of lift. That's very small. Give me this one. You're too big. You're too triangular. All of them are triangles, you stupid idiot. Well, but it depends on the ratio. Where they're a triangle with a 90 they have all 90-degree angles. Yes, but I mean a 45-degree angle. Now that makes more sense. Yes. Okay, whatever. I'm just talking nonsense. Don't pay attention to that. Thank you. Like something along these lines, then we can smack. No, let's rather go with the one that I did last time. That's a bit too big. Was it this one? No, which one was it? The one that I liked a lot. Like, this is too small. On the other hand, no it isn't. That's... well, no it is. Yeah, I think I've used this one. But this is exactly the same size, more or less. However, if we go and do it like this... that seems reasonable. Okay, brilliant. With that we get this one, and with fuel usage the center of mass stays very close, so we can move the entire contraption a bit forwards. Brilliant. I mean, now even if this is empty and the others are full, we still have more mass in front of the, well, it's just tiny bit in front of the center of lift. With that we have a good balance, I think, I suppose. I mean, it looks sleek. I like the looks of it. I really like the looks of it. So yeah, probably going to go with something like that. However, we will attach some additional drive module to it in order to get it to lathe. Probably. I kind of don't really want to go with the medium landing gear, since I think it's almost too big. But having medium landing gear when you're touching down at not that slow speeds, because you're landing on a different planetary body, makes quite a difference in stability. Something like that. Of course, you guys won't be steered. You won't have steering. More braking force, however. And time for control surfaces. So you go full pitch, and you go full pitch, and the small one here will go for roll. And move it up a bit. There we go, that looks great. And exactly the opposite way around. So there we go, so you've got roll. And you have pitch only as well. The only issue is the landing is quite far back. So there we go, now that seems more like it. Lathe shuttle. Let's go for action. Oh wait. Such a douchebag, didn't design. I haven't set up any of the air intakes. Apologies for that. Okay, so air intakes. Well. I would love to have a shock cone. Wait, that's not a shock cone. This is a shock cone. Yeah, shock cone. Wait. Let's give us first of all one drain control, because, well, why not? And yeah, let's get rid of it. I don't need a drone control. And then we can use this one, give you one small adapter Then the landing gear. Please, thank you. And put it in there. Brilliant. And shock cone. Now this thing's it looks okay-ish, but a bit long. Okay, if I move usable deoxidizer here, still good enough. Okay, brilliant. So we can just move this a bit further, even further. There we go. And now we can go for something rather interesting. Bam! Even more control surfaces. Wow. That's interesting. Okay, let's just test this craft out for once. Wait, there's no control. If there's no control, we're going to take a pilot and launch it after we put in a pilot. It looks interesting. I mean, the design choice is interesting. I like the sleek. I liked the way it was so sleek in the very beginning. However, now we've kind of compromised it a bit in that regard. However, it's still okay-ish. And of course, since we don't have any nuclear engines, it won't go to lathe on its own. And I don't want to build a big SSTO either, so rather a small one. Speaking of small, what's your tonnage? 20 tons, so well underneath, under the 30 ton per Rapier engine rule of thumb. Beautiful takeoff here. And we have 100 units of monopropellant, 75 in this guy and 25 in this one. That should be enough for some docking maneuvers. Just adding some RCS in the future, and that's fine. Then I think we're good to go. Actually, I mean, it looks very sleek. I like it. Of course, it's not going to make it all the way to lathe that way, but boy, I really like the way it's flying. Sadly, it has no electricity generation, so might add some solar panels. Probably going to add some solar panels. Or we could clip inside here an RTG, that's the other option, of course. Okay, we're approaching the 10k. Let's accelerate, wow. Give me this one, please. Thank you. Or maybe, wait, isn't there like some sort of flight recorder? Oh no. Some interesting surface info. Yes, exactly, that's the one I was looking forward to. (230 meters per second of vertical velocity. We should have built up more horizontal speed and then pulled up to gain a lot of vertical speed. And because I don't have an action group, these guys won't be switching on my command, so that's why I'm going to close the intake. There we go, now they kick in and they're after closed cycle mode. Now just pitching up. We have 1/3 of our oxidizer supply left. And we are already at perhaps 70k. That's brilliant. I didn't pay attention until it was already like 69 or something. So we could have done a lot more fuel efficient approach. But anyways, that looks not too bad at the moment. Let's have a look at this. This is our lathe base. Okay, cool. That's our 2 space stations. Too many markers. Let's get rid of these. Now we're in space. Let's wait until we're at apoapsis. T minus 40 seconds. 20, 19, 2. Okay, we're getting very close. I'm not willing to go into full orbit. 60 kilometers, that's how high we get right now. Our periapsis, so we don't have enough fuel. Flip around and the orbit. It would be enough to get into a stable orbit, but not to get back down enough, you see. 30 kilometers, that's pretty much more or less the minimum for a good landing. Oh, you can see our the Kerbal space station. Let's turn around. Let's try and see it from here. No, we can't. Can we? There it is. What is that? Oh, that's debris. Nah. Anything else we could... Wait, there is something. Debris. We're falling down towards the ground. Is that normal? And the sun is setting. I kind of have a bad feeling. Oh, now the stars are coming out. Oh god, I love that. The visuals. And maybe, just maybe I should have a look at, not at this, but rather at the situation we're in. We're in, okay, we're already atmospheric flight. And it's really dark. And there's the moon. Great. Let's have a look at YouTube, how dark it is on YouTube. Actually, you can bet you can see a couple of things, like the plane and a dark background, or a black background rather. Whatever. And I can see just as a fun fact, 2 kilometers difference in altitude to the real footage and the YouTube delayed footage. So yeah. I should maybe open up the air intake here. There you go. Let's watch this here. Okay, consider there is some continent down there. Periapsis is going down as well. How long have I been actually streaming this? An hour, okay. Okay, I think you can see this fire thing, right? Oh, now we can see Jewel. I don't know whether you guys can see that. But if we... Fire! Okay, now you cannot see. But I know from the mouse over, there should be Jewel somewhere right in front of us. Like this green dot here. Not sure you see that. Oh yeah, you can actually see it. Wow. And our front is starting to get a bit toasty. So let's pull up. And there we go. Our vertical speed increases a lot. Pretty much converting our speed to... No. Let's try, let's aim for the desert runway. Seems doable actually. There's only one issue, our electric charge is running out. There is Eve coming up! Bunch of space debris thingies. And our engines are activated. Oh, and the sun is coming up! And Moho! You can see Moho! 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 That looks awesome. Look at that, Moho. I don't know whether you can see that, but Moho is so cute right next to the... We've slowed down quite a bit. What happened? And we're not climbing. That's weird. Let's have a look at the map. We're still very far away. Okay, so it's not going to happen. Landing at the desert runway, or is it? The thing is very stable. That's like a nice thing. There's the sun, and we are burning again. That's good. And maybe wait. Maybe I should press this. No. Ooh, okay, good. A bit too much time warp. We got a bit too toasty in the front. A bit too toasty. However, that means once we've landed, we don't need to get our stove from the luggage. You know, we can just crack the eggs open and get ourselves a nice sunny side up egg, just from the plane's front. That's awesome. That's really good. And then maybe I should open up on my second screen the chat. Okay, maybe I shouldn't since there's nothing going on there, which is a shame. I wish you guys would write something. Is that a run? No, that's just a cloud. Okay, it looked a bit like a runway. Speaking of runway, wait. I saw something just flashing over my mouse. Oh, that's just some debris on the other side of the planet, as it seems. We're still ages away from the desert runway. Let's go and fly there, a bit higher, higher, higher. Take me higher, higher. And time warping, time warping, time warping, time warping. Yeah. Okay, so there's the next mountain and the mountain after this mountain in front of that mountain. Mountain, runway somewhere there. Okay, in other words, if we throttle up a bit and kill the throttle, we should be gliding down to the runway right now. That's like pretty much it. Give me a quick save just for giggle's sake. Even though I probably wouldn't reload out anyways. So the runway should be somewhere underneath here. Oh yeah, there it is, I can see it. And time to fall down towards the runway. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. And we don't have any SAS by the way, my friends. No electric charge. But we still have control surfaces. So I mean, it's like literally only the aerodynamics of the plane that are keeping it under our control, and it is very controllable. And we don't have yaw control. Nah. That's no biggie. Yaw control is overrated anyways. I mean, we're 3 kilometers up and we're just pretty much diving straight down to the runway. Okay, now try to align us. It's probably... yeah. There we go. Now we can go back. Now it seems to be more or less in line. Drop the gear. The nose wants to point down a bit. That's not that good. Towards our right. That's good. Vertical speed 10 meters. And maybe I should actually engage the brakes. There we go. And now bump. There we go. Whoa. I've no clue why we flipped around. Well, probably because of me engaging the brakes immediately. But it's a safe touchdown, so I think that's like mission accomplished, right? Right. We still have 150 units of liquid fuel. So let's revert to the space plane hangar. That was only 35 minutes. Well, that was a fast flight, you know, for a Kerbal. Half an hour flight, going into space and back and landing at the... almost circumnavigating the entire planet in half an hour. That seems reasonable, right? Give me these guys here. Okay, you know what, let's give me just a new pair. There we go, and you only be your... thank you. Okay, actually I'm really happy with this. But there's one thing I want to check, and that's give me quickly a Delta V map. I have no clue what the Delta V readings are for lathe actually. So yes. So yeah. Okay, let's have a look. This Delta V map tells us we need 3,400 for Goeben. That's more or less in line with what I have in mind. I'm usually counting with 4,000, but that's just me being... $3,000 for lathe. Okay, well, 2,900 for lathe. So let's just go with 3,000, okay? That's good. So the Delta V difference, according to that, is 500. And 500 units of Delta meters per second of Delta V in low lathe orbit is definitely enough to get pretty much everywhere. Well, everywhere in terms of docking in low lathe orbit. We have enough liquid fuel. We actually have a bit too much liquid fuel. We have 200 units left, so now we can increase this one. That's good. I mean, that seems reasonable. You're good. You're good to go. You're approved. Now wait, today 2 things we want to change here. I want to give you air brakes. You know, if we need to make some braking maneuvers just prior to landing, that could be useful. And some solar panels, you know, you never know. Having some solar panels is fine as well. And everything else we could, in theory, correct during flight. Okay, brilliant. So We are going to send you off on a rocket, however. That's not very spaceplane-like. I know. Because, well, without nuclear engines, this thing is totally not capable of going anywhere. Not that, even if we get it into LKO, it wouldn't have enough. Wait, before we actually do that, I should actually get some toggle engines and switch mode. Toggle intake, there we go. To get things working. Just out of curiosity. No, you don't have 9,000. You only have 800 meters per second of total delta V. Okay, well, whatever. You'll figure it out. So now we're going to build some sort of transfer stage. That transfer stage consists of this guy first of all being actually auto-strutted. And you being auto-strutted as well, you know. Root part, and you be auto-strutted to heaviest part. Okay, brilliant. Now back to you, my fellow friends. There you go, that looks good. And then 2 of the nuclear engines. Brilliant. 2,000 ball. That's brilliant. That's good. That's approved. Speaking of approved, before I approved that thing, I should have given it some RCS, right? You guys were probably thinking, yeah, this guy wants to dock this craft, but he has no RCS. Where's a douchebag? No, let's go for this one here rather. And another there we go, that seems good. Brilliant. Speaking of actually, how about adding a ladder? Wait, that's the big one, I just want a small one. Opening the right way, yes. We don't need this one in symmetry, thank you. Okay, brilliant. Lathe shuttle. Yeah, that's good. And then we just go and send this contraption here into space. I'm not sure how we're going to do that since it's a double core. Probably would build a double core booster, but details. I think first I'm going to want to check one more thing with the nice help of the cheat menu. Okay, now we're 1 hour and 10 minutes into it. Okie dokie. Come on, guys, go and tell your friends that there's a nice stream going on. That would really help out the channel grow, since, well, we'd really appreciate some growth here. Okay, yes, I know that my camera mod is not working, thank you. Set orbit, minimus moher eve to na actual lathe, yes, lathe. There we go, lathe. Hello, lathe. Hello, Jewel. Engage engines. Activate SAS and that's pretty much that. Hello, son. AK curveball. Give me a bit more speed here. Like 30 kilometers, I guess. That should be reasonable. Wow. Jewel. Oh. Jewel rice, beautiful. No, you can just be like pro grade, that's good. Actually, let's do one of these cool flips. So now we're pointing retrograde. Will we be able to go prograde with the plane? Yes, we are. Brilliant. That shows that it is aerodynamically stable. That's great. And why are we going for night landing? I hate that. However, Jewel is illuminating it quite a bit. And why is it so laggy on the stream? I mean, for me, it's not laggy at all. Okay, there we go. It seems like there was some connection issue. A thunderstorm! You can see the lightnings right to next to on our right side. We're definitely not going to land on land. Land on land. Makes sense, right? Now our electric charge is out, is it? No, it's not. Okay. Let's give us some engines. Well, we don't have any oxygen yet. Yeah, the Lathe space station is where we're going next. Well, the goal of that mission is to go there. And we're using up our electric charge. Give me 2 times regular speed and maybe there's one of my I want to know surface information. There we go. Utilities? No. I don't really know where there's some aircraft autopilot. Oh god, no. Delta V stats. Vessel mass 23. Whoa, another moon is rising. Beautiful. And we're gliding. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And I assume if we kick in the engines, we're... That's not something we're supposed to try out. Yeah, that was our landing burn, right? You know. The idea is to land and take off again. And we're not going to land in a day site at all, so might as well be like SAS out and we just fall down to the ground. Dipping through the cloud layer! Maybe give me some altitude, actual altitude reading, since it's really dark, I can't see anything. I know we're just 5k above ground. That's the only I can see as much as you can see, so that's okay. We're 5 kilometers above ground. That's I guess good. 3 kilometers above ground. Do we still have some electricity? Let's spare this electricity for once we get a bit closer. I mean, I don't really want to fall down that hard. There we go, like 1 kilometer. That seems like a reasonable approach. Let's get the gear down. And activate lights. 700 meters. 500 meters. I don't see anything. 300 and pull up. 200. Give me SAS. Now you can see the water. There you go. But you don't, and the light's not refracted by the water. That's not nice. And we're probably not going to land on. We're not water capable, so touch and go on water. That seems impossible. Now it's starting to get bright. Now you can see it. Whoa! That was close. Did you see that? Did you see that? Let me check that on the replay. Well, whoa! Okay, let's just count this. Okay, let's count this as a landing. Now trying to. Why is it so bright actually in the first place? We're like literally on the opposite side of. Just look at that massive green thing looming in the sky. Just so beautiful. And there's Paul. Oh gosh, that's a bit dark, but whatever. Well, the idea is to check whether we are actually capable of getting into orbit here as well, but I think we are. Let's get above the cloud layer first and foremost. Acceleration seems good. Might check if what was it? Vessel. Surface. Orbit. No, this one. The most useful of all the bunch. Because everything else is displayed down here, you don't need that. Let's push a bit downwards our velocity vector. I didn't pay attention. What was actually our velocity, our orbital velocity here? The atmosphere is really good here. I mean, look at that. We are at 1300 meters per second in liquid fuel mode. Our nose cone is getting hot. So let's point up. More vertical velocity so that our nose cone is not going to overheat. And we have 300 meters per second of vertical velocity. Or perhaps this is, yes, 49, 50, so suborbital. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. We went suborbital with only plane mode. Brilliant. Now we're like in space. Still, come on. And go. Time warp till we're at our perhaps, so that's still 1 minute. And that's good enough for me at least. Now we just have to circularize with pretty much all of our oxidizer. Okay, from the way things look, we could in theory just get 2 trips actually done. This was a rather light trip in terms of delta V requirements, but we got 1 entire trip in. We still have, there we go, let's at least stay. And we still have a decent amount of fuel left. So that's very good. Okay, back to the VAP. Just sending this one now off to lathe like this and the base, and then we're good to go. Now the main question is, of course, so you pretty much test successful test flight. No, simulation, right? So we just need to get this contraption into orbit, like into low Cuban orbit. Everything else will be done by this thing. Maybe give it like this, and a battery pack would help out. And some solar panels. Okay, enough of that. We need now one. Give me. So now we have a adapter. Now we can just go ahead and smack in a 3-meter part. Okay, 3-meter fairing. Is it enough to encompass the wings? And yes, it is. And we cannot even scroll further up. There we go. Give me one of these. Give me one of Cobodon rhinos. Give me one of that. 2 of these, mammoth, and 1 of that, just, you know, as a support slash gimbal. There we go, lathe shuttle ready for launch. Perfect. Save, check. Probably here. I mean, like this, sorry. And go. I think we should just move forward a bit with the things. Shouldn't be too long until we finally arrive at our destination. Like long loading screens, still nothing in the chat. So come on guys, there are 4 viewers. Okay, out of these 4 viewers, 1 is my second, well, my laptop. So you 3 fellow friends, how are you? How are you doing? Doing well? No, that's great. Let's go. Actually, give me the ascent guidance. There we go. I'm not going to do anything, just going to leave it like that. So my fellow friends, you can just pay attention to the chat, even though nothing's going on. Come on, make the chat alive. Tell me what you're doing. What do you want me to do in the next stream? And why haven't you subscribed? Hello and welcome to the stream, Diego. Oh, you're watching a brilliant. Okay, perfect. Wow, I'm going to be honest. I'm really surprised by the fact that now a comment came. That's great. Thanks for the comment. I'm really happy, and I'm glad that you're good. And yes, that SSTO went through really fast, and it worked perfectly fine, especially in the simulation. That's great. And here we have a beautiful rocket launch. I'm not doing anything. I mean, that's even better, right? let's have a look. We're just about to run out of fuel. Let's see what are you going to stage. You're going to stage this at, what is it, 50k? And perhaps it is 50k. So let's actually be like, you're allowed to do that. There we go. You're allowed to continue. I haven't used, like I said, MacJeb in quite a long time. But I can remember that the first time I figured out how MacJeb worked, I was so happy and it was so much fun. I actually recorded one of a small moon mission, but that was me recording with the phone, the screen of my PC. So even back then, like, what was that? Like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something along these lines. I was already into making KSP videos, of course without a YouTube channel, but yeah, I really have had fun and still have fun with doing KSP videos. And being able to share them on YouTube is of course great. Varying deployment, that's even better. And now I just can't seem to find a video. Whatever. Maybe it is on my other phone. And we still have 400 meters per second to do with a maneuver node. I mean, that's just so comfy. But I'm probably not going to use the ascent guidance in the future. Well, for more elaborate missions. I mean, like, I could have launched that rocket as well, so that's not a big deal. Since I kind of have the feeling that using MacJeb too much is a bit like cheating. Well, not cheating, it's... in certain aspects, it's just awesome having that ease of life, thing. But in some points I think it is a bit too good. I mean, something simple as going into orbit, that's fine. But thank you very much. But for other things, I prefer not to use it since it's down then to player's skill, or the lack of it in that case. In my case. Okay, so let's get rid of these markers. Lathe base, lathe shuttle, and our window is in 17 days, so that's time warp forward for another 15 days, so 2 days, 3 days, 2 days, 3 days before the launch window. We're going to do maneuver nodes. Maybe do a rescue mission next time. It's always good for learning rendezvous maneuvers. Speaking of rendezvous, later on we will have more rendezvous, like the shuttle rendezvousing with the space station. And I've actually thought about redoing my rendezvous tutorial, since my rendezvous tutorial is not that good. So might do a new one with more focus on how to do it in a more elaborate way and with some illustrations. Like for example even though I haven't used that many pictures and things in the engine, like what engine should you use when video, but something along these lines, might do something like that. There you have Jules set his target. Jules is over there, we want to fly there, so we want to do maneuver node pretty much here. What's the first? Let's just completely burn out the first stage. Something like that. Going to do that for both of our crafts, of course. So that's why as well starting a bit earlier than the actual launch window to prepare a multiple orbit burn raising thing contraption. And well, we can go just for maneuver node. Thank you. Oh, look at that! It's such a beautiful Day-night Terminator. A bit straight, but looks beautiful. Okay, there we go. Actually, whatever, doesn't matter. And explosion. One of the decoupler probably overheated immediately. Interesting. Wait. You have less fuel than I thought you'd have. Like Delta V. That's not fair. I thought you have 3,000. Nah, should be still enough. I think, what's our actual thrust to weight ratio? 0.3. That's very good. Probably not going to need that many orbital raises. Orbit raisings. And lathe base, switch to, just going to do the same thing again. I think I should stop doing the recording here, since I'm doing a parallel recording, and I'm going to engage it at a later date once we're closer to our... I totally can't see our craft. Just a black screen. It's still totally black screen. Now we can see something. That's so hilarious. Anyways, we're going to move pretty much to up until we are at apoapsis. Now we're going to burn again. Well, the again is not quite correct, but burn. And we have enough fuel in this Wolfhound stage. 3,000 meters. That's a ton. We could as well engage our lights this way. It might actually be not that dark. What is our thrust weight ratio? 0.6. So you pretty much... Okay, we're just going to raise the orbit a bit, like... 2/3 till the moon. And then we're going to plan maneuver nodes. That way we will definitely have enough. We definitely have enough thrust with this guy. The other guy probably a bit less. But I'm maybe going to do a split this one. I'm going to do 2 more burns with the shuttle. But this one will only do 1 more burn. That seems reasonable. Okay, brilliant. Where is Joule? To zoom out further, where is Joule? There you have Joule. Okay, so let's go for in 1 day. We're back here, so we're going for more burning. Actually, a bit too early. Just figured that. We're burning too early, actually. Oops. Oopsie daisy. For the amount that we will have to add. Actually. Okay, so you're just going to go into planetary and we'll figure it out after that. But let's try doing a better job with this guy. I think if we were going to do now, this is actually a very good approach. I mean, like, escape trajectory, since we don't have to increase our velocity by that much compared to Kerbin. To get to Juno, we don't have to increase our velocity, solar velocity, by that much. If we compare that now to increasing our velocity to hit Joule, that's a whole other story. I mean, like, Duna? Joule! And real solar system be like, oh yeah, that's like pretty much the sun or something. Maybe not quite that, but it's extreme. Like, the Earth is as big as Joule is, for real now. So yeah. Let's go for another round. Let's add maneuver and be like 300. That's a 1 minute burn, and we're going to escape. Is our approach better? Nope, it's terrible. I'm going to use up all the fuel since it's burning kind of weird direction. Yep, okay, so we're going to be the first one here, right? You're in 4 hours while you need an entire day. Okay, now I overdid it. Brilliant, well done me. We should still be able to do that prior to the other guy arriving down there. Okay, maybe not. No, that's not a big deal. Okay, great. Just going to go into planetary right now, that's all we're going to do. Same with the other guy, since that's not my mistake doing a bad escape burn. No, I don't want to get slingshotted around Cuban again. Thank you, so let's get a bit more oomph just to get rid of possible how's it called, possible gravity assists that lead back to, I don't know, just shenanigans that will be bad for us. And the screen is again black. Oh no, it's not. Okay, so give me a quick save. Just to have a quick save at some point, since we haven't done any. And where's the plane? Oh, there it is. Weird. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. It seems to be in an orbit, even though it was earlier in a escape trajectory. So now come on, turn around. Point prograde. Oh, you're out of electric charge. Well, 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 well. Here we have a nice solution for that. Extending our solar panels. It's not like we bought them for decoration. Oh, we did actually. Oh. Oops. Oopsie daisy. The only thing I just figured, we have not tested out the deployment and detachment of all of those heat shields. Let's just hope that they will work. That's actually pretty decent escape here. And now it's not. Okay, brilliant. I'm going to switch back to the shuttle just to have a look and see that it's really going to fly out of the fly out of the SOI of Cuban. And we're approaching the 2-hour mark. We are flying away. Great. There's Duna. Oh wait, yeah, you're stopping, I know, thank you. Goodbye. Jewel, we're flying towards you, Jewel. And this guy flies away a lot faster. And good, okay. Now time for maneuver notes. That's a comet chaser. Okay. Wait. You gotta be kidding me that we don't have enough fuel. Oh, you already passed Joule. No. You really want me to use more fuel than we have? Oops. Really, you think shorter missions, tutorial types of missions are good for streaming? Because I think it's actually the opposite way around. Where I had the feeling that longer, more challenging missions, more random missions are good for streaming, while the shorter and tutorial content oriented missions are for the videos. And I'm a bit baffled by the fact that we don't have enough fuel to get this thing moving. However, that's not the biggest thing. We still have, in theory, more fuel. If, of course, the time... There we go. Yeah, we have enough fuel. Okay. Focus Joule. Okay, so that's terrible. It's actually a terrible way to get to Joule, but look, you still don't have enough fuel. God darn it, bloody thing. Okay, let's get rid of that marker. Just go and add me 2,000 meters per second of delta V and just straight to there you go. That seems reasonable enough. Now then we can just make course correction at the make course. Do something like this and bring you down. Do it like that. There you go, smaller changes. And gravity assist capture. Of course. Maybe not quite that hard to crash into Joule. There we go, that's good. So that's the plan, that's what we're going to do. Engage maneuver node. Boy, that's a lot of fuel. That's going to burn through a lot of our fuel reserves. Oh, whatever. Okay, and 4 times regular speed in a 27-minute burn. That makes sense. Okay, let's have a look here. That's actually very good. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. And yes, I totally agree. That's why I usually cut out this, for example. I mean, it's a beautiful craft, but I mean, when I'm going to sit down for 24 minutes, divided by 4, so 6 minutes. Really, 6 minutes? Wow. I mean, you could go and grab a bite to eat in that time. In theory. Wait, there's actually better time warp I saw up there. Time. can you? No, you're not working. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, probably. I think they agree actually with you, Diego. Since. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't tell me I've been burning without. No. Give me my stream review back footage thingy. Maybe you should stop spinning around and point towards your goddamn bloody thing. We have not been burning for too long towards something else. But still that's pain. And this is our fuel reserve actually here. So we have pretty much 1,300 units of fuel left, meters per second of fuel, and out of that we will use another almost 1,000, so we'll be down to 300. And if we have a look at our... Wait, why can't I see the next maneuver notes? That's not nice. But from the maneuver notes that I've seen or expect, going to use a lot more. It's going to be really tight budget. And that's a pain. Watching these guys burn is a pain. So we're going to get this one done, and then I don't know whether you two actually will make it. Oh, that's kind of hilarious. Oh, that's Duna. The blue thing is Duna. Ah, great. And that's a bit too much. Anyways, that's good enough. Going to... Wow, we still have an encounter. Brilliant. That's good enough for me, really. That's good enough. Give me Moho. Thank you, Moho. You've helped me out a lot. Now, where is the other contraption thingy? Switch to lathe base. Let's quickly go and smack that thing into a good course. Where's my YouTube account thingy? Wow, it's not showing me anything. That's great, thank you. Totally worthless program here. Great. Okay, time to make maneuver notes. A new point prograde, since we're going to burn prograde. Save that time. So there we... I thought we need 2,000 just for the transfer. And we need 2,000 after we're interplanetary. Okay, there we go. Okay, I can burn. That's a good. That's not a good encounter, but let's at least get something. That's a 3-minute burn. That's a 1-minute burn if we move forward. That's great. However, that will also reduce our fuel reserves by critical level. We do have some backup fuel as well, but not that much as we have in the plane, at least in comparison. And I was even unsure whether to smack on another tank of fuel tank just to be sure. Seems like one wouldn't even have been enough. Luckily, at least this burn is not a pain. Um, I'm going to be honest. I don't. This is even looking worse. That's even looking worse. I mean, with 93 meters per second of delta V, and that this is our remaining fuel. Not going to say anything, okay? Let's just. That's like nothing. Okay, things are looking even worse. Okay. Let's wait. I don't want to go to just time warp a bit. I think there will be a rescue mission. Yay! Actually, back to your idea. Maybe do next time a rescue mission. Going to rescue our poor little Kerbals on their Lathe base that they've managed to get to Lathe. I mean, that sounds like a decent plan. And we already have a maneuver node. Why am I surprised by that? I mean, that's totally doable. The plane gets to Lathe without issues. Just have to focus. Where is Tylo? Wow, there I got Tylo. Okay, let's have a look. Where are we going to Tylo encounter? In that case, Tyler, you're my target. Whoa, that's a huge change. I just want to have a nice Tylo flyby, and not a 5 kilometer gazillion flyby, but a just skimming over the surface flyby. Come on. There we go. That's workable. With that we can work out. Okay, brilliant. Now we can use this F5 key and just warp to next maneuver. That's great. Oh, you can see Comet. Whoa! And it disappeared. And now you can see Moher zipping around. Duna. Jewel. At least we know where Jewel comes from. So dark if you block the sun. And you gotta be kidding me that the live footage on screen you're still at the maneuver node. Can't be true. Really? The live footage is in a maneuver node? Wow. That takes like ages to catch up. And there's Kuban. Give me please focus view on Tylo. That would help out. Whoa, that's a bit too focused. But it does look good. I mean, the plane is going to get there. We have like 800-ish meters per second of delta V in the rapier stage, so Well, that's a bit too close. And now we're getting closer to the Tyler encounter. Wow, that's like really... That's like close. I would love to do some more adjustments, but we're too far out. So we can do those once we're in. And speaking of Late Base, you're going to be target for a rescue mission. We don't care about you anymore. And whoa, what's up? Why is my stream not longer working? Or is that just my laptop that gave up on life? Okay, no, that's just the laptop that gave up. Do we have some better time warp? Anything? Warp helper. Give me to SOI transition. Give me quick save just for... There you go. My thing's not doing anything. Can do well. It's not increasing the warp factor. I mean, I thought we'd increase the warp factor, but I mean, with that I can do it myself. Don't have to do anything else. Just have to now select out of those small moons whizzing around. Just have to select lathe and set zoom out. Set this target. There we go. And I think now we can start doing the... Wow. Once we are in the SOI, that is. Let's see, do we have something beautiful to look at? There we can see all the moons flying around. Of course, you were oriented the wrong way around, so meh. At full time warp, even at full time warp, that takes so long. That's like almost a year. That's a year. That's almost a year. That's a year. Come on, Jewel. Could you please hurry up? We don't have to. The entire millennia time to wait for you. Wait, there is actually new message on my YouTube channel. That's great. Probably. Let's hope that's a subscriber. Okay, no it isn't. What a shame. It's just someone who liked my comment. Jewel. I mean, we are 3 years into the mission, and we're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and all those lines are so bucking around, so weird. And waiting and waiting. Now we can actually see those moons bit better. I don't know whether you can see that, but they're whizzing around. You can just see it. You're now at the and waiting portion. So ridiculous. I mean, at least we're now about to transfer into the right SOI. There we go. Yay! Okay, perfect. Now let's have a look. Okay, we're doing a double gravity assist, and the second one is bad. I don't like the second gravity assist. So let's have a look. So the first gravity assist, we go and be there, I think. Yes, exactly. So what way do I have to burn? I'm not going to do that right now, just on a whim, since we don't have enough fuel otherwise, so we just play around with it. Since now it's not that extremely sensitive. Oh, that's actually great. Maybe not quite down to 20, but you get the point. That would totally crash. Brilliant. And that's like in a 40 days. Whoosh. 30, 20, so you need around 10 days to orbit. Okay, we're 1 day over. Wow, whatever. Details. Give me maneuver node and get rid of the maneuver node. You give me just this, what is it, radially out thing. Okay, that's correct. Let's have a look. We just need a oh, that would only make it even worse. Oopsie daisy. So if I go there, how much delta V is needed to get the orbit out of boy? Too much. So what else? An espresso. I just want to have a periapps, okay? And we can work with everything else. Okay, there we go. We almost got another. That's a second Tyler encounter. That will make no sense, I presume. There we go. Let's just go and do it like this. That seems to be fine. Hello, hello, and welcome to the stream, Lucas Scala. I hope you weren't here for too long and I didn't see you. Anyways. Okay, let's try with this one. This seems to be a reasonable approach. Speaking of reasonable approach, time to press my hotkey. Yes, my hotkey. Brilliant. It actually worked. What a surprise. Now coming into Joule and the recording as well as running. There's Lath. No. Wow! That looks so very interesting. That way Tyler came so close. Now we passed Tyler. Bye bye Tyler. Thanks very much for your assistance. And now it's time to figure out a way to get to Lath in a reasonable manner. Or at least get a Lath assist in a reasonable manner. Since, well, 71, that's... We need to do equatorial things, otherwise we'll just spiral out of the, how's it called? Plane, and then we'll be useless. And... okay, that seems like a close assist. And we will be... that seems reasonable. That's a good assist, I think. Now let's see. Ah, yes. Then we get another assist. That's not that interesting. There we go. No, I don't want to have a Tyler assist. There we go. That seems perfect. That's like Lath assist, Tyler assist, Lath assist. That's exactly what we're going to do. Going to do this maneuver, do a lathe flyby, a Tyler flyby, and another lathe flyby. I mean, that's going to be awesome. In 8 days. Still have to wait 8 days. And there's Duna. Three days. And come on. There, we're going to point towards that thing and do maneuver. Going to pay attention. I definitely need the second intersect as well. Okay, doing the first maneuver here.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Are you actually watching my stream on YouTube or just here from the Discord?
I can watch your stream on YouTube.
Okay, great. Wait, I'm going to share the link in just a sec. I'm just curious because of the usually I'm not streaming via this Discord channel. Just directly only through YouTube, but I decided to go and do it today for once.
Hola, amiga. Besito.
That's now kind of weird. There we go. Seems to be working. Okay, and in voice shenanigans now the link is in there. Okay, great. Back to shenanigans.
I'm back.
Welcome, welcome.
This music is terrifying.
Yes, I just muted the bot, the DJ Jebediah bot. Okay, with that, let's go and have a look whether this will work out. And there we have our first lathe encounter.
Lathe, that sounds fun.
Yes, exactly.
I haven't even been to Duna yet.
Oh, really? Very interesting, very
Yeah.
interesting. So I'm just here sending, actually,
I've only made it to Minmus and the Mun about 4 times each now.
okay, very interesting, cool. So,
I tried
mhm.
I tried to get a Duna encounter, but I got frustrated because I messed it up.
Oh, really? What was your mistake, if I may ask?
I think I was going too much on retrograde because I was trying to get it really close to Duna.
Did you were you fiddling around with the maneuver notes to whilst focused in on Duna or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe quick saving could have helped you in that case.
Probably. But I didn't know what buttons I had to press for quick saving at the time.
Okay, I see, I see.
But now I know.
That's a very good and important feature, definitely.
Yeah. So, I think time warp is one of the most important things, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I was so a bit annoyed
Or-
actually just earlier because at maximum time warp it still took like no, maybe not quite 10 minutes, but multiple minutes to get out here. So
Yeah, or else we would, have to wait like a few hours.
yes, especially when
which
I
would be
did.
devastating.
Sorry.
I said that would be devastating.
Oh yes, definitely. I can remember when I did my Comet mission. So there I was like really like for 20 minutes straight just time warping and doing something else. That was so ridiculous. But luckily it's
Hey,
actually a
what's
good
up?
video. So I'm happy about that.
How's it going?
Hey
Yeah, on my stream I'm deorbiting a crew dragon from my space station.
okay.
Nice.
Interesting.
Did you see the Matt Lown video of him making the sea dragon?
Yes.
Yeah,
I thought it was really
of
good.
course.
Oh, we're getting another Thailand count. That's what. No. I'm so confused at the moment. Just
What exactly are you gonna be doing when you get to Lathe?
um probably docking the plane or SSTO. It is not. It's an SSTO for Kerbin and for Lathe. However, I didn't try even to try getting it out here, since I wanted to have it as sleek and small as possible in order to make it look good and then attach it or dock it to the space station around Lathe, which was, I think, my latest KSP video. So you could, if you're interested, you can have a look at that.
I also subscribed when I found your channel.
Oh, thank you very much. Glad to have you.
Gotta support my fellow Kerbal players.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to launch a mission to Duna. I keep messing up when I try to.
Okay,
I'm
good.
gonna see if I
Good
can
luck.
actually do it this time.
That sounds
Good
fun.
luck with that, man. Going to do
I want to
it.
send a rover to it when I go.
Yeah, I dropped a rover on there with the sky crane that I made, and then also have I got there and then I realized I couldn't control it because the communications that I put on it couldn't reach back to Kerbin, so I had to launch another probe to go into orbit there
Mm-hmm.
to give it comms back to the KSC.
Yeah, the comms network, that was also kind of an issue, especially if we go further out from the center of the
Yeah.
system. That becomes sometimes annoying.
Wait, I don't know if I thought what. Oh, dang it.
Are you
I
playing
accidentally hit revert back to vehicle assembly, so I think that just undocked this, but that's fine.
Are you playing stock or?
You haven't gone outside Minmus yet because mainly you still have a lot to do. So science, yeah, well, getting a lot of science from Minmus is very easy and very good to unlock the tech tree early on.
Yeah, you could do what Matt Lown did and land in a few biomes on it, go back into orbit and get a flyby from the moon or Mun.
Yes, exactly. That's what I did in my quite old career series. Did exactly that. Like hopping around Minmus for an entire episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
This is
get
the
a decent amount of science from it.
on my stream. This is the rocket that I designed to get to Mars. I have made it before. It's just like one time I ran out of fuel when I was trying to dock with the push stage in orbit. I ran out of gas before I got there, so then I had to. I'm gonna try it again.
Спасибо.
Interesting.
Yeah, with that DJ thing, it got on my other stream and it scared me to death
That
because
was
I had
really
like
loud, yeah.
had my speakers quite up because I just like got done with class,
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm.
and then I I was just streaming and I just hear the music blasting on full volume directly into my ears.
Oh god, now it seems like I have to revert flight, not revert flight, but just to the last quick save. Gravity assist spiraling out of control, sending me out of the system again.
That's not good.
Oh dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. I always forget to change my control point to the probe core that I want to control from when I launch. So every time I launch the rocket, it just flips upside down.
Whoops.
So I gotta change the control point this time.
Whoops, that was a fast thing. There you go. Okay.
Go inside the payload fairing. Control from here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I have a kind of SLS looking bottom stage, then on the second one I have a cryogenic aerospike. Then after that I have some nuclear engines for the kick stage, and then for the lander I just have a little poodle engine on the bottom of that one.
Sounds good.
The good thing about Kerbal is that it's not really the hardest thing to be able to stream.
Mm-mm.
Considering it only eats up RAM mainly.
Yeah. Yeah, I have 16 gigabytes of RAM, but like having this open like maxes it out still.
Yeah, I've been playing with 8 gigabytes of RAM.
Hello and welcome to the
surprisingly.
stream, Tutmut.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. That's fine. But yeah, I've been playing with 8 gigabytes of RAM. I'm surprised I've even been able to do anything with it.
Yeah, but also in mine I have like every mod ever.
Yeah,
So
that's why I wanted to upgrade my RAM so I can have more mods, because I want to play JNSQ. That's a good mod I want to play.
yeah. I've got
But it
for
requires
pack-
16 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah, for pack parts I've got Blue Dog Design Bureau procedural parts. Then for I have module manager, KOS, flight engineer.
I think I'm gonna play with stock right now. But yeah, let's play. Don't worry, I'll still have your stream up in the back.
Yeah, one downside of this cryogenic aerospike is that when you want to do any kind of maneuver or burn, it takes forever.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
So
That's so close.
Hey yo.
hey yo, it's Aganok. What's up?
It is me. What is up?
What's up, my fellow Kerbonaut?
Oh, I think this will take a while until I figure this out. I think I'm going to do that in a separate video and end
Oh,
the stream for now,
okay, that was
since that I've been now streaming for 3 hours. So yeah, I'm starting to get tired. And whoa, what was that?
What the heck was that?
Whoa. Okay, so I'm going to go now. So thank you guys very much, and until next time, friends.
Bye.
Okay, so now we're out of the Discord stream, onto the YouTube stream. Yeah, like I said, we don't have a lot of fuel. Try to get some of it back. Not some of it back, but more. Let's have a look at our few Delta V stats. What's you're not showing us. Wait. Are you in? Oh wait, let's go out of this mode and be like closed cycle. There we go. Now we have a good Delta V reading. We have another 1,000 meters per second of Delta V here. So with that budget in mind, I'm going to fiddle around with maneuver nodes until the next time. Going to probably do just a quick, since I've been recording the last part of it as a separate. No, I haven't. No, wait, I did actually, until we did the reload. The reload is where the video stopped being recorded, since that's the same hotkey, F9. So I'm going to do that as a new video, probably coming out in 2 days or something like that, because tomorrow I'm really busy. And yeah, so still, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, my friends, Spaceship signing out. Enjoy the rest of